It could be called the Harvard Business School of South Central Europe. The IEDC Bled Management School in Slovenia was one of the very first in the region to open its doors to modern management techniques. And this was way back in the days when Moscow's rule was still overshadowing business reforms in the former Yugoslavia. 30,000 students from 57 countries, and 18 years later, the institute in the picturesque lakeside town of Bled is being hailed as one of the best small business schools in all of Europe.
Bled. For hundreds of years, the name has been synonymous with one of the region's greatest tourist destinations. The natural beauty of this small lake town, nestled among the foothills of the Alps in the heart of Slovenia, attracts countless numbers of tourists from all over the world. But today, the picture-perfect Bled is adding another kind of visitor to its list. One of them is Terence Bonner, a 40-year-old personnel director from Memphis, Tennessee, who left the United States in search of an MBA degree with a more international and individualistic approach.
I saw this ad on television about IEDC, and I'd never heard of Slovenia before, and never heard of the school before. And I started thinking about it, and the more I researched it, and I saw that they had many of the same professors who taught at IMD, INSEAD, and other top schools in Europe, made me really consider it.
The IEDC Bled School of Management prides itself of truly being a school with a view. Opened in 1986, when the former Yugoslavia was still under communist influence, it was a pioneer in the region with plenty of barriers to break down.
When I made first seminars, people were for first 2 years only talking about what is not possible. Nobody talked about what it is possible. And I remember this was very frustrating. And, but slowly, you know, we were kind of encouraging managers, giving them more knowledge. System also changed.
Today, the IEDC competes with over 200 serious management programs in Central and Eastern Europe. But considering the enormous success of this homegrown school, the government is hoping that its example will attract similar projects in the education sector.
For new entrants, there are available grants and incentives to set up the training facility in Slovenia, which is seen as international tradable services. This is the area where we believe that Slovenia is internationally competitive as an investment location.
With only 2 permanent professors, the IEDC is relying almost entirely on its top-notch visiting faculty. These international lecturers are crucial to the school's high academic profile, coming for stints of anything from 1 day to half a year.
Okay, in other words, can we get the best people and can we develop them in the best way?
But it's certainly not the comparatively modest pay that convinces about 100 professors to teach in Bled every year.
If you look at academics' pay, you'd say that they're not really in it for the money, really. You know, it's not a big driver for them. I think what academics value most, I think, is challenge, I think, different experiences, and I think increasingly to become more international. And I think that's why IEDC creates such a good environment.
The IEDC is one of the few profitable management schools in the region, relying on a combination of corporate contributions as well as tuition fees. Apart from the IEDC's MBA students, another important source of income for the school are the multinational corporations that are coming to Bled for management training courses. A total of 250 companies have made use of such tailor-made programs over the years, including the likes of British Aerospace, Henkel and Ericsson. Despite the fact that 57 student nationalities have passed through the IEDC over the years, the majority comes from Central and Eastern Europe, chiefly because of a lack of international awareness. After only 18 years of existence, the school is still in its infancy and can't yet boast a widely recognized brand name in the industry.
Because most people don't know what IEDC is, it won't be the same as I get a degree from a school like IMD or Harvard. But I expect that when I made the decision to come here, and it's just a matter of my selling myself a little more.
I am often very pleasantly surprised to see that our standards are even higher than some of them. I studied by myself at Harvard Business School, at INSEAD, at IMD, etc., and I know what I'm talking about.
One of the dean and founder's more innovative approaches is to involve art as a creative process and inspiration in her management courses. And considering the surroundings of Bled, the 100 MBA students that are currently studying hard for their degrees are also undoubtedly profiting from one of the most inspiring locations of any business school in the world.